All right, if you're interested in spotting a UFO, you might want to check out Lincoln County, Nevada, home to the secretive Area 51 Air Force Base. Probably no surprise there. According to a new report, the county has the highest rate of UFO sightings per capita in the U.S. Reported sightings are on the rise amid recent government acknowledgement of UFOs or UAPs as potential threats. The latest research estimates only around 5% or less of people who witness unusual aerial phenomenon, though, actually are filing a report. Stepien is the Chief Technology Officer of the National UFO Reporting Center. Thank you for being here. If people see something, why aren't they reporting it?
I think there's a number of reasons people don't report things. One, certainly in the past, there's been a stigma associated with seeing UFOs and reporting them. There's been certainly an attempt by the government over the years to kind of explain away sightings, make people think they might have psychological issues, things like that, especially with the military and pilots. It was very dangerous for people to come forward and report UFOs because it could affect their career. And as far as the general public goes, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people simply aren't aware of where to go to report things. So the more that we can promote and make widely known agencies such as ourselves and MUFON where people can report UFOs, the more reports we'll get. I think also people tend to get busy. They tend to just not have time. They're living busy lives and they just don't get around to reporting. What I've found in my own personal life is that if you go talk to your neighbors, your friends, you're almost certainly bound to find people who have seen UFOs, but haven't reported them. And they'll tell you stories about things that they've seen in the sky and how amazing they were. And generally, they're just very sincere and very incredulous at what they saw because these phenomenon are so mysterious and so impressive to see if you're lucky enough to witness one.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen shooting stars. I don't know that I've ever seen something I would consider a UFO, but maybe something catches your attention. Has the stigma dropped with these congressional hearings, do you think? Are you starting to see more reporting?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, when the congressional hearings came on, we saw a huge spike in reports coming into the center, which we were extremely grateful for. I think, you know, there's so much out there, it's becoming impossible to deny what's going on. So, you know, things like the congressional hearing, I think the government is finally starting to say, yeah, there's something strange going on. And at least they're to the point where they're saying they can't explain it. In the past, they were always trying to explain everything away as some weather phenomenon or a misidentification of Venus, things that clearly could not possibly have caused what people saw. And there are so many witnesses that are credible, you know, trained aviation experts that know what they're looking at in the sky. We get a lot of reports from pilots, the military, people who certainly would know the difference between Venus and some sort of craft that's making right angle degree turns at, you know, Mach 5 and instantaneously. So, yeah.
Well, and I think part, Christian, of what leads to the skepticism is the idea of, you know, little green men and, right, like alien aircraft hovering above your house. So how do you guys at the National UFO Reporting Center filter out the fakes and then deem something worth investigating or that we just can't explain?
Well, we've had a lot of experience in this. I mean, we've been collecting reports for 50 years. This is actually our 50th anniversary. The center was founded in 1974. So after you've looked at tens or thousands of UFO reports, you can pretty much tell when somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Of course, you know, it's going to get more difficult, I think, with AI and things like that, when people are going to be able to start deep faking things. But it really is a minority. You'd be surprised at how few of those we get. The vast majority of reports that we get here at the center are, again, very sincere. People are just looking for someplace to tell their story and almost out of a sense of duty feel that they need to report it. So.
And it's wide open space, right? So we take another look at the map, and I mentioned Lincoln County, Nevada, Area 51 gets the most spots. But what are some other hot spots in the country that people, if they're out looking for something unusual?
Well, first of all, I'd say anybody can see a UFO anywhere. They're reported all over the world, pretty consistently with where people are.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.